Today, we're talking about text string functions that help you join your text together in a single string. More specifically, concatenate, concat, join, and the ampersand operator. I'll also give you a few real-world examples at the end of the video. Here's a spreadsheet with first, middle, and last names. We're going to walk through how you can use different text string functions to be able to put these names together. You can use the link in the description to get your own copy of this spreadsheet if you want to follow along. We'll start with the concatenate function. The concatenate function is really simple. Just start with equals, type concatenate, open parentheses, and then provide as many arguments as you want. In this case, we're going to provide the first name, add a comma to move to the next argument, second name, and third name there, parentheses, and enter. And now we have first, middle, and last name. For whatever reason, you may want to add your own text strings into the function. For example, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and use a quote space quote to add a space between each name. So we'll put one there for the middle, put one here for the last, and now the name appears with spaces between both the first and middle and last names. Next is the concat function, which is basically the same thing as concatenate. The only difference is you won't be able to use as many arguments in your function. You can really only use two, so we'll just go with the first and the last. Next is the join function, which is a little bit different from what we've done already. The join function allows you to create a text string that is a list of any items within a range or multiple ranges, however you write the formula. So this is real simple. We'll click equals join, open parentheses. The thing we provide as the first argument is the delimiter. In this case, we're going to use a comma, so I'll go quotation, comma, end quotation, and then add in a comma to move the next item within the function, which is our value or array. We'll go ahead and select just the first names here. One caveat, you can only include, if you're creating an array like this, you can only include items in a single column or a single row, though you can add a comma here and then add in a new array as an additional item here. But we're just going to stick with one. Go ahead and hit the end parentheses and enter. And now you can see we have a list of the first names on the spreadsheet. Finally, my favorite of the four, which is the ampersand operator. It does very similar. The ampersand works very much like the concatenate function. The only difference is we're not actually writing a function. Instead, we're using this as an operator, much like plus or minus with your numbers, except now we're working with text strings. For example, we'll take our first name, go ampersand, and then last name, and now we have first and last name. We can do the same thing as we did with concatenate with our own text strings. So I could add in a space here and then another ampersand. And now we have Emily Smith with a space in the middle. The most common use of these different text functions and the ampersand operator is when you receive a spreadsheet from someone else and it's not in the format that you need. So you might have to adjust the text so that it will fit your application. In this case, we're going to go ahead and create some email addresses really quickly using the names provided. We'll start, just add email addresses right up here. And as far as our formula, we're going to go equals the first name, and then we'll use an ampersand, and last name, and then another ampersand. We'll go ahead and put in a quote and say at mywebsite.com. There we go, hit enter, and now we have Emily Smith at mywebsite.com. We'll use the fill handle to populate the rest of the email addresses. As a bonus, let's create a list of the email addresses using join. So we'll hit equal join, open parentheses. We'll use comma again, so quote, comma, quote, and then another comma to get to the next item in our function. Select all of our email addresses there and hit enter. And now we have a list of email addresses that we could copy. Go ahead and move over to our email and paste. And now we have a complete list of our email addresses right in our message. Thanks for watching. Bye.